Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Chris Jones with another LifeWriting.com blog talk. With me today is Mr. Alonzo Jones, aka Chef Gator. He's going to join me today in respect to culinary arts. July is National Culinary Arts Month, and we're going to show our appreciation by observing the culinary arts with various chefs and other guests to talk about various aspects of food. Welcome, man. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank
How's it
you,
going,
brother.
Zoe?
Everything going good. Thank you for having me, Chris. Thank you for
Hey,
having me.
man. As always, I'm glad you set aside the time to be here. I'm gonna tell you too. I'm feeling the Gators gear, right? I call it the Gators gear, right? And let me tell everyone what I'm talking about. I'm specifically talking about, of course, the Raiders, right?
Yeah,
Raiders hat, Raiders chef apron. Now, there's a couple folks, maybe Jeffrey Hatcher, a couple
yeah.
other folks. Yeah, they're gonna give you a hard time.
They don't like excellence.
They don't like excellence.
They don't like excellence.
Hey,
The
well,
Raiders is excellence, baby.
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. I can hardly wait to get out there and see that new stadium. So hopefully all of us can coordinate that at some point and
It's
make it
beautiful,
happen.
baby. It's beautiful.
Whew, I know,
I
I know,
I went out there a few months ago. It's beautiful.
I know. When I saw the pictures, man, I'm looking at them like this, like a little boy. Like, okay, one day I'm gonna get out there. All right, man. I'm digressing. You know how I am. Let's get back to talk about some culinary arts, food, the whole nine. And I'm gonna throw a quick plug in there too. There is this documentary on Netflix, High on the Hog. I think we've touched on that a couple times in our boardroom, but I have checked out a few episodes of that, and it really breaks down the historical context
Yes.
of where our food comes from,
hmm
the food as we know it today. Just some of the first chefs. I mean, the list goes on and on. It was awesome, man.
A lot of people don't realize. They just look at some food as they just eating. But
Yep.
the meaning and the heritage of certain dishes, the red peas and rice, that was our African heritage dish. You know,
Right.
okra, that's from Africa. You
I
know,
love
it,
okra.
you know, it once was called macaroni and pie, but it's we know it as macaroni and cheese, and that was a European dish.
Yeah. You know what? Now, what you just shared, the episode that I just watched a few days ago, it broke down the origin of that and
Yeah,
how significant of a role it played. And I think I have my presidents right. I think it was President Jefferson and his slaves and how they
yeah.
orchestrated the whole thing, man. So
Thomas Jefferson.
so I'm gonna tell you that right there, the macaroni pie, as you just said,
Yeah.
it was just so eye opening to me, man. I'm like, this is the stuff that I've enjoyed, and so many others enjoy every
Yes.
day. But like you said, we don't know the historical significance of it. So
hmm
anyway, hopefully throughout this discussion, you'll be able to touch on some of that. But the first thing that I need to know, Zoe, we've known each other since we were little boys.
The
You
kids.
know, grew up together, same community, same hood, right?
Yeah.
Uh, play various sports. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? But I never knew how much, or I should say, when your love for food came about. So can you touch on that for me? Like
Yeah.
when did you know food was it?
I had my auntie used to live with us. We used to call her TT.
Uh-huh.
And late at night or early in the morning, she'd have me find me some bacon, cook this or cook me an egg, and I started liking it. And I just get up and just start cooking stuff. And it just became a small passion at the time, I can say. It wasn't how I am by today, but it became a small passion. And I cook something to eat. I fix me a quick sandwich or quick something, to eat on or something, fix her some. And as I got older, I grew to the passion of I love cooking. I love putting my own taste to it. I started loving you know, let me see how this gonna turn out. Let me do this way. And I just fell in love with it, bro.
Just fell in love with it, man.
Yeah.
Look, you, I, you know, we all have kind of dibbled and dabbled, you know, around the kitchen. Hey, especially when our moms left the house, right?
Yes.
Hey, look, hey, we used to get it in. The boys laugh at me. Y'all be tripping on, laughing at me right now, talking about those little pieces that I used to make.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, as you can ask who? Chris Abrams, Jeffrey Hatchett, a couple other guys. I used to turn those little pieces that you can buy for, I mean, back then we could buy them
Yeah.
for 79 cents,
79 cents.
99 cents.
Yep.
So I would turn them into a gourmet pie. I'm telling you. So anyway, this is about you. You know, hey, I love food. I love talking about food. So man, it's just a pleasure to me to even have you on here talking about this.
Pleasure the
So
same being on here.
let me ask you this too, Zoe. So okay, you started a while ago cooking. It became, you know, it started small, it became a passion and what have you. But like back then, like what was your go-to dish?
You know, back then, I was like, I perfected the cheese grits. I started cooking the cheese grits, make them very creamy.
Okay.
Then I'm like, well, let me put a little milk in them. That'll captivate the cream. Uh, then let me put a little cream cheese on them. That'll make them more smoother. And so
Right.
then, I just started playing around with it. Then my cousin Lamont, he used to always come over for lunch break, and he was my sample guy. He was my sample guy, and he was like, "Cuz this is good." And now when I cook something else, I got to put another little twist to it. And then he'll come back over the next day. Man, what you put in this? And so I'm like, okay, this is getting good. Here, this gets good and good. So as the time passed, because I used to do industrial maintenance.
Yep.
So I was out of work, and I was gonna go back to school to get a trade in industrial maintenance.
Okay.
But my passion always, I was constantly talking to my wife. I said, I want to open my own restaurant. And, I done shared it with
Mm,
you.
yeah.
And my wife said, well, if you want to open your own restaurant, why are you talking about going to school for industrial maintenance? Why don't you go for culinary art? I say, well, you got a point. I said, well, I'm just thinking you're going to for culinary art. They're just going to teach you how to cook. I said, well, I already know how to cook. She said, but it's always some stuff you can learn. So me and her went up to Augusta Tech and we signed up for the culinary art class and stuff. And I feel it was one of the best things that I did because it taught me all about the requisition of how to, place your order for food, of when you got the trucks coming in. It taught you about how you do your requisition of, you charge a person for each meal, for each portion, break it down, show me how to break everything down. And I just learned the whole aspect about it, and I learned how to do dishes that I didn't know how to do. You know, it made me look at the whole culinary cuisine stuff in a total different fashion that I once didn't look at it as. I just was
Right.
thinking that it was just cooking and you cook the food, you charge a person for. No, it's way more than that. And I
Exactly.
the two chefs I had, Chef Ferguson and Chef Eddie, I mean, it was just a blessing how they took the time with me. But, my wife, the one pushed me into going to culinary art.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and I took it and ran. I just took it and ran with it. Chris been in several cook-offs and went up to Atlanta and cook-offs and little skinny guy, which was skinny guy from Burke County from the pecan orchard, and then got swole off.
Hey, it's nothing like good eating coming from a good cooking chef, man. And when you can do it yourself, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. So Chris, I had to push myself away because I'm like, all right, when I go out to restaurants, and not only I know I'm a chef, but then I'm being a critic. Why they cooking this like this? This supposed to be cooked this way. Why they ain't got a hairnet on? Why they? And I had started like I'm walking around being a critic, and I'm like, no, hold up, man. You know, my wife used to just look at me, and I mean, when it's something you love and you see them doing wrong, you can't help but speak out about it. And
Yeah.
I just love doing it.
Yeah. No, I got you. So look, I got it. You mentioned your wife a couple times. You know, I've been at the house and had, whew, and had some of those dishes, and I'm like, dude, and hey, everybody, look, I am not saying this because this is one of my brothers. I'm telling you, this cat right here, you post pictures, and I am going to pull some too. You post pictures and stuff like that, and you know, a picture, you can jazz that up, make it look all whatever. No. To get there and sample, well, I shouldn't even say sample your food because there's no such thing as no sampling Chef Gator's food. You are going to eat. You know, the last time we were there, what, a few weeks ago, I remember Dante was there, and Dante was like, "Dude, I got to get something else." I mean, everybody was like, "I have to try something else." Anyway, as it relates to your wife, what dish, meal, whatever, would you say she would say is her favorite or the go-to?
Chris, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That woman had me making chicken and dumpling every weekend. I have to tell her no sometimes.
chicken and dumplings.
Yes, she loved the chicken and dumpling. She like,
Ooh.
baby, I'm like, you know, like I told you before, most of the time, like on a Sunday meal, when y'all see me posting my Sunday meal, I go down, I'm like, well, what you want to eat today? And sometimes she said this or that. I want me some stupid. I want me some oxtails. Uh, you know, do your the fried cabbage with the sausage in. But then she's like, you know what? I want me some chicken and dumpling. And I look at her. I'm like, didn't I just cook some chicken and dumpling? But you asked me what I wanted. She loved them chicken and dumpling. Then like, you gonna make some macaroni and cheese? I'm like,
Hey, that mac and cheese. The last time I was at your place, and what was it? That queso
that
dip.
that dip. You know, that's what my mom loved for me to make.
Oh,
She want you because she told you, she said, oh, I told
she
Chris
told
I
me.
love that dip. I told her to make
Oh
something. Every
no, hey,
time we
look.
have some, she want me to make it.
She would basically say, when I kept going back, you saw me go back a couple times, but she was sitting like right there, so she saw every time I went back, and she gave me that look like, you know, hey, I ain't mad at you kind of thing, because you know it was just a look. So every time I passed her, I would look over and we just smile and laugh at each other. I couldn't stay from over there. So your mom, what's one of her favorite dishes of yours?
That dip.
That dip.
That dip.
That dip, man. You know what? You know, I got to leave that there for now because I'm 600 miles away and I can't get to you as quickly as I would want to. But you've already said and you prove, right? You have proven to me that, look, dude, just let me know when you're coming home. I can prepare whatever.
You know, I tell everybody the only person, you know, I understood Chris Abrams why he couldn't come by.
Right.
Everybody, Jeff. Now,
Jeff.
even Joe, what Joe said, only thing I can say is, you know, Joe enjoyed himself, you know. But I tell y'all, when you coming home, let me know. Let me know when you come home. I cook something for you. Whether it's on the grill, it's on the stove, in the oven, you name it, I claim it.
Ooh, man. Hey, look. I told you I was gonna pull something up, right? So let me see, can I pull this off right quick, right? Let me go here. More folks should know about it, right?
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I like doing these segments and why I'm trying to expand on it, because I'm like, there are some people, especially a lot of people from our hometown, not even from the county per se, but from our little town of Waynesboro, man. So many people are doing some huge things nowadays, and we need to shed more light on them, is my point.
I agree.
But look, hey, Chef Gator, I mean, dude, that there's the mac and cheese. I got to click on this one. I just hey, just because I have to, man. The butter beans, the dude, look at the ribs. Come on. That see, Zoe, that's not even fair, man. It's not okay. I don't want to belabor this, right?
Yeah.
Nice picture right there, by the way. I like that. You and the wife, young bro. I like
Mhm.
it. I want to this one. Oh, look. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, bro. All right, man. I know everybody think I'm tripping. All right, let me stop. I gotta stop. But look, no, seriously, I wanted to I had to show something. I had to pull something up to so people can literally see what type of dishes Chef Gator is preparing. And you have so much range, man. That's one thing too, you know. You have a lot of range, and that's difficult. You know, most chefs, well, this is me talking. Most chefs I've seen, you know, they specialize in something.
Yeah. Some just based specialize in pastry, making,
Yep.
sweets and stuff, baking, but when one thing when we was in culinary art school, I wanted to
Uh-huh.
learn it all. When we was in culinary school, I wanted to learn it all. You know, I used to go by the Chef Eddie house, and he was showing my ice scorcher.
Okay.
I wanted to put my hands in it all. Because see, one thing about you don't never know when you might have to fall back on it. And
That's right.
so even if I touch base on it and I learn how to do it, I might not do it all the time, but when the time comes for me to do it, I would know where to start and I would know how to, keep going. And like with Chef Eddie, one thing, me and him talk every now and then on Facebook, and he don't live too far. Matter of fact, he don't live too far from me, and he always tell me, come by anytime you need any pointers on anything. I'd be glad to help you. He sees some of my food I be cooking on Facebook, and he comments on it. And he was like he just proud of it. I remember, Chris, I was in culinary high school and we was preparing a dish and we had what we call a culture week.
Uh-huh.
I made some hog maws and rice in culinary art school, and everybody come out, what you cooking, what you making, what you making. I had two hotel pans of hog maws and two hotel pans of rice. That was the first dish that got gone.
And see, let me tell you. So, okay, let's keep it real, right? Hog maws. Like
Yes.
most folks, the first thing, like, what? I've heard of them, but they're not touching these. I don't like them. Well, hold up. First of all, how you gonna say you don't like something that you never tried? I mean,
Give it a
oh
taste.
well, I can just tell. You know, I've tasted that before, and it seems to be the same consistency and the same. No, y'all stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, hog maws, and of course, I
Chitlins,
mean, yeah, what's that?
chitlins.
Now
I cook.
see, now see, I think I told you the last time I was there that I know chitlins and chitlins, not chitterlings, chitlins.
Chitlins.
I know chitlins. I know it's not the easiest and most accessible or whatever. At least from my recollection, to prepare to get to cook, etc. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my public plug, Chef Gator.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I plan to be there, I am going to give you as much advance notice as possible. I need some chitlins.
I will
I
do.
go buy them. I would help clean them. Whatever you need me to do, I'm there.
I tell you what. You let me know the next time you down. By the time you make it in time, they'll be already done.
Ooh, now Zoe, this I have you on record now. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
have I disappointed you that time when I tell you about cooking?
You know what? You never have. You never have.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. So look, you mentioned your specialized training and chef school, culinary school, and such. for those, young men and women who are considering, the culinary arts in some capacity, what would you like? What would you tell them
You know,
to inspire?
always know, never think that before you go into culinary arts school that I know how to cook. Because once you go, they're gonna show you a whole different, not just the southern style. Like people say we eat southern food and stuff. They gonna teach you Italian food, Greek food. They're gonna Mexican. They're gonna teach you a whole different variety, a whole different another culture of cooking food. And one thing about going to culinary art, you ain't got to never worry about nobody coming to fix you a meal. You know how to fix your own meal. You can cook, and the cooking long as it's gonna be a word, people gonna need food. So that's gonna be a job right there for you, and you'll be amazed way certain people it takes certain people. It can take you from your hometown, take you all over the world if you master the art. It's an art, but you can
Right,
master it.
right.
You know, and it's a great field. It's a great field.
Yeah, that's a very like practical way of putting it too. Like
Yeah.
for one, we're always going to eat something.
Yes.
We got to eat,
Hmm.
right? And you touched on before your diversity within the arts. The
Yeah.
ice. Just all these different facets that, and you touched on it too, that people, especially younger folks, may not have even realized it was out there.
Yeah.
And you guys schooling, like you said, it teaches you so many aspects of food. The
Yeah.
history, the different types, just whatever, the whole nine, man. It's just
Yeah.
it's awesome to me because again, as I said earlier, I love food. Period.
And
So
Chris, I look back, I look back over the years. I
uh
mean, I love I love playing basketball. Anytime I
right,
used to walk on the court, I was serious. I love playing basketball. And now I look at my passion for cooking is even more than my passion and love was for basketball.
wow, that's a
Anytime
statement.
anytime I go in the kitchen, and my wife, she tell me all the time, she say, "You don't cook all this food. You make it look so easy." I say, "It is easy." And like people always say, anything you love doing is not hard work.
There we go. There we
And
go.
I can go like get prepared for 4th of July. You know, almost I'm the ribs. I'm gonna have like about 8 Boston butts, about 8 9 slabs of ribs. I'm gonna have about 10 bunches of collard greens. Cause my family coming from Florida and coming from Atlanta. So
Woo.
I'm cranking up the grills. I'm gonna have about 5 6 pans of macaroni and cheese. Um,
Let me
you know,
see.
we
What what am I doing for the four? Let me hey, I may need to put something on my calendar around the four. Hey, think of another an excuse or some reason to get down let me stop. Let me stop. Look, to and that's part of it too. Like you said, you love it. Your passion is so deep that
yeah.
I mean it's nothing to you. It's you
Mm-mm.
have it in rote memory. You can do it with your eyes closed, right?
Yeah.
That's when you get to that level of passion or what have you. So I want to ask you too, Zoe, what's next? What's on the horizon when it comes to Chef Gator?
Um, honestly, Chris, me and my wife, we've been talking about a restaurant or a food truck.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I people see my food on Facebook, or I have some people come out, call hit my, can I get a plate? Yeah, come on, I'll feed you. I'll
Right.
feed you. I may not have money to give you, but I'll give you some food to eat.
Right.
So, you know, everybody, man, want you on my restaurant? Want you, man, your food this and that. I'll pay for this plate. So we looking, we checking the avenues on either a restaurant or food truck.
Man, hey, I'm telling and I've told you, every food truck I see, whenever I watch something on food channel, what is it, Triple D, Guy Fieri, and I'm like, I need to send Guy to your place so he could check out your stuff. And then too, you have folks entering contests and
Yeah.
being sponsored by some of these big time places as
Yeah.
well. So food truck, restaurant, I've already told you, Zoe, I am there. Well, of course my stomach is there. That goes without saying. But I'm telling you, I would even be there as a silent investor, as an investor, as a dude.
Taster, as a taster.
Hey, look, that goes without saying. That's first. Taste tester first. So whatever. But no, man. Hey, look, I seriously, real talk. I hope and pray that comes to fruition like really soon, because a lot of people are missing out. And I am not just saying this because, again, you want my brothers, but other folks have validated this. Your stuff is amazing. I don't know what other word to use right now to capture it. So it is what it is. So you cater. Folks are always, soliciting, hey man, I buy a plate and I'll do all this different stuff. So do you have or plan to have something set up from the catering standpoint? And if so, like the catering that you do, how would folks reach you? How do they contact you?
Well, I'm in the making to get my cards and stuff put out, but easy to contact. I could go by the name Chef Gator, but my phone number is 706-877-1212. You want me to cater? Tell me how many people, what kind of food you consist of, and we go from there. Easy to contact. Hit me up on Facebook. A lot of people hit me up on Facebook from Alonzo Jones.
I just wanted to confirm that the contact piece with you before I, added any contact, publicize your information. So now that I do know it, have it, obviously, I'm going to make sure I highlight it when I, complete the production or what have you. Because, hey, look, we need to make this happen. Whatever you and the wife got planned, discussing, etc. Y'all need to make this happen, because it's definitely going to pay off, man. I'm proud of you. We be saying that all the time, and definitely very satisfied.
Appreciate it, bro.
Very satisfied. But look, again, I thank you at the beginning for setting aside some time this busy morning to share this information. I appreciate you coming on board, man, and we're going to do this again at some point. I like doing some follow-ups, right?
Okay.
And obviously, in the midst of all that, I'm going to see you sometime soon. So
hey, let me know when, and now have your chitlins ready.
That's what I'm talking about.